What's up, Last Flyers? David here. We're going to compare the Wells Fargo Duo and the Chase Duo, and I'm going to show you why the Wells Fargo Duo is actually much better and you get a ton more value. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what these duos are in terms of earning points, redeeming points, compare them side by side, and show you why Wells Fargo is much better. First, let's break down the Wells Fargo Visa signature card. So if you spend $12,500 in the first 6 months at grocery stores, gas stations, and drugstores, then you're gonna earn 5 points per dollar in those categories, yielding 62,500 points. Every purchase after those first 6 months, you're only gonna get 1 point per dollar. So ideally, you wanna make sure you're able to hit that. I guess you could call it a sign-up offer or incentive, but yeah, you want to hit that spend within the first 6 months. The greatest part about the Wells Fargo signature card is that you're going to 1.5 cents per point when booked with airfare through the travel portal of Wells Fargo. So that means that 62,500 points is going to yield you 93,750 points, which is equal to $937.50. All from that $12,500 spending. And if you spend $50,000 on the signature card within a year, then those points are going to be worth 1.75 cents per point. I don't recommend spending $50,000 solely on the signature card, so I don't think that is worth it. So just for this example of the video, we're going to keep it at a 1.5 cents per point. Next part of the duo is going to be the Wells Fargo PROPEL American Express card. So the bonus could go up or down, but at the time of filming this video, it's 20,000 points after spending $1,000 in the first 3 months. No annual fee, no cap to the amount of points you could earn. So you earn 3 points per dollar on travel. This could include flights, hotels, homestays, car rentals, taxis, ride shares. So the category of travel is very broad. You're also going to get 3 points per dollar for dining, gas stations, and streaming services. And everywhere else, you're just going to get 1 point per dollar. And the way that you could use the PROPEL points is you could do cash back, gift cards, you could use it for travel, but it's only valued at a 1 cent per point value. So it's a little less than the signature card. Now the beauty here is that you could transfer your points over from the PROPEL card over to the signature card, and you could do this actually from any account. So it doesn't have to just be your personal cards. You don't have to have the signature and the PROPEL to take advantage of this. You and your spouse could get either card, or anyone else you know and trust that has either one of these cards. You could combine the points together. And there's no fee to combine these points. Now let's talk about the Chase Duo, and then I'll compare these duos side by side in different categories like benefits, redemptions, all that. So Chase Duo is going to be the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which is going to have a $550 annual fee, but the bonus you're going to get with this is 50,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Those 50,000 points, if used through the travel portal, are worth 1.5 cents per point, probably one of the biggest selling points of the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It also comes with a $300 travel credit. Travel credit is very broad, could be used for a lot of different things. So the effective annual fee will come down to $250. So that's an important number to keep in mind later on. And then there are a bunch of other benefits. You get TSA PreCheck Global Entry, Priority Pass Lounge access, Lyft and DoorDash benefits and credits. So we're gonna get more into that later on. Now the second part of the Chase Duo is gonna depend. So just like with the Chase Trifecta, you could mix and match a bunch of different cards. It really doesn't matter, but we're gonna spend $16,000 in this example for the year, and I'm gonna compare the numbers between the Chase Duo and the Wells Fargo Duo. So $16,000 if you were to do it on the Chase Freedom card or the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. I'll break down the difference between those, and then I'll let you know which card is probably better for the duo. With the Chase Freedom card, you're gonna get 5 points per dollar, inserting rotating bonus categories every 3 months. So if you were to spend $16,000 solely on the Chase Freedom card and be able to max out those 5x categories, then you would earn 40,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points. On the first 6,000, you would earn 30,000 points at the 5x. 6,000 will give you 30,000 points, an extra 10,000 and 1 point per dollar will give you the 40,000 points. Compared to the Chase Freedom Unlimited card, you're just gonna earn 1.5 cents per point for every single transaction. There's no caps, no limits, no spending categories. So $16,000 spent solely on the Chase Freedom Unlimited card is going to yield you 24,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points, so 16,000 times 1.5, 24,000 points. So we got the Wells Fargo Signature and Propel, and then the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Freedom Card for this example of the duo. First, let's talk about actually applying and getting approved for either one of these duos. So with Chase, you could get the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Freedom Card probably within a 90-day period. Technically, you're able to get a new Chase credit card every 30 days. I don't recommend doing that. You could probably wait 2 months, ideally 3 months between applications. So if you wait 91 days between applying for the Chase Freedom and the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you could get both those cards. With Wells Fargo, it's a little bit trickier when it comes to signing up for cards. So you could sign up for the cards within 91 days. There's only one catch. You're only allowed to get the sign-up offer with a Wells Fargo card every 15 months. So if you sign up for the Signature first, you get approved, you're gonna have to wait 15 months before getting the Propel card if you want to get that sign-up offer, which is kind of the whole point of the duo, so that you could get the most amount of points with the least amount of spend compared to doing everyday spending to rack up your points. As I mentioned before, you're able to combine the points with a spouse or someone else that you trust. So that means that you could get a card and your player two or whoever could get another Wells Fargo card, and you could combine it that way. Now, if you're doing this solo, it may be a little more difficult to get both Wells Fargo cards and have to wait 15 months in between. So that's something important to keep in mind. Next, let's talk about annual fees for both of these duos. So as I mentioned before, Wells Fargo, 0 annual fee, so you don't have to worry about that, compared to the Chase duo, which Chase Freedom Card has no annual fee, but the Chase Sapphire Reserve does have a hefty annual fee of $550. So as I mentioned before, you're gonna get a $300 travel credit, assuming you're able to hit that and you travel, which isn't too hard. So rideshare, parking, public transportation. So if you were to even try to hit that $300 travel credit with your everyday spend of semi-travel purchases like rideshare, parking, subway, whatever, then you're gonna bring that effective annual fee down to $250. Now with that $250, as I mentioned before, you get a few other benefits. If you're not gonna use up those benefits, then it doesn't make sense paying that $250 if the way that you plan on redeeming the Chase points is at a 1.5 cents per point value redemption. So Wells Fargo has a clear advantage here by having no annual fee and getting the same redemption rate. Next, let's talk about the earning potential between both of these duos. So the Wells Fargo Propel American Express card has the same earning potential as the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So dining and travel purchases, both in the terms of travel, are very broad. Then with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, it's only going to be 1 point per dollar on every other purchase. It's only going to get 3x in travel and dining, compared to the Propel in addition to travel and dining, as well as 3 points per dollar at gas stations and streaming services. So right there, the Wells Fargo Propel has the Chase Sapphire Reserve beat. Now, if we were to compare the Signature card, which has 5 points per dollar, but only for the first 6 months, in certain categories, compared to the Chase Freedom Card, which every 3 months it's rotating, but you're only going to get 7,500 points from your $1,500 in spend every 3 months. And these rotating bonus categories with the Freedom Card will change every 3 months. So for Q1 2020, when I'm filming this in February 2020, you're going to get 5 points per dollar with Lyft, gas stations, certain streaming services, internet, cable, and phone services. So coincidentally, it kind of matches up with certain categories of the Propel card, like streaming services, gas stations, and a couple of others. The only problem with the Freedom Card is that some of the categories to earn the 5 points per dollar may be a little obscure and may not meet everybody's everyday spending. So it puts you in a predicament where you're gonna feel the obligation to have to spend in these categories just to earn these 5 points per dollar, even though you normally wouldn't spend in those categories anyway. The whole point of spending on credit cards is to earn points per dollar for your everyday spending that you're going to spend anyway, not to go out of your way just to earn points, unless it makes sense. But you don't want to spend money you don't have to. Next, let's talk about some additional benefits between both of these duos. Probably one of the biggest selling points of the Wells Fargo Propel card is going to be the cell phone insurance. So you get insured up to $600 and it's only a $25 deductible. Remember, this is a no annual fee card. To offer cell phone insurance is really good. I know the Chase Inc. Preferred Card offers cell phone insurance with a $100 deductible. The Barclays Uber Visa card also offers cell phone insurance for no annual fee, but the PROPEL card, probably one of the best cards that offers cell phone insurance for no annual fee, as well as all the other benefits it offers. And the Wells Fargo Signature card is going to come with other great travel benefits like loss, damage, baggage insurance, secondary car insurance, which isn't as good compared to Chase, return protection, extended warranty, travel accident insurance. So when it comes to the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Freedom in terms of travel benefits, they easily have Wells Fargo beat. So in terms of primary rental car insurance, both the Freedom and Chase Sapphire Reserve offer this. In terms of baggage, lost baggage or delay, trip delay insurance. So with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, if your flights are delayed 6 hours or more than 6 hours, then you get reimbursement up to $500 there. But to be fair, besides just the trip delay of 6 hours or more with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you can have all of those same travel benefits with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card and only have to pay a $95 annual fee. So if you wanted to swap out this duo for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you could do that too, but that's a whole other thing. I don't want to go on a tangent there. Now let's talk about redeeming potential. When it comes to Chase points versus Wells Fargo points, Chase points are way more valuable just because of the fact you could use transfer partners. So Wells Fargo doesn't have any transfer partners. With Chase, you could transfer to airlines and hotels at a one Chase point per whatever airline or hotel point ratio. So 1-to-1 ratio there. It's completely free to transfer, and you know, sometimes it could be instant or it could take up to a day. Now for me personally, I prefer transfer partners over going through the portal just because I'm able to get a lot more value with transfer partners. So in the past, I've transferred to British Airways, I've transferred to United for flights, but I would say probably within the past couple of years that I've had the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, I've transferred most to Hyatt. I feel like I'm able to easily get the most value out of my Chase points, well over 2 cents per point, by transferring to Hyatt. Was going to the Grand Hyatt in Kauai, so the hotel would have cost a little over $500, but I only paid 25,000 Hyatt points per night, so that's a clear example of how I was able to get more than 2 cents per point by using, by transferring to Hyatt compared to using it through the portal. But assuming that you don't want to go through the headache and complications of trying to figure out the best redemptions with transfer partners, that's where going through the portal is probably a lot easier. You don't have to worry about blackout dates or flights that have a lot of different connections or not going from the airport that you want, departing or arriving. It could be a little bit of a headache with transfer partners and trying to figure out the right redemption. It does take more research and time and a little bit more of a skill set to know how to use partners and do the whole award booking that way. Compared to the portal, you just see whichever flight you want and it's a 1.5 cents per point value. Really simple. So if you want to use 10,000 points, whether with Chase or Wells Fargo through the travel portal, that's going to yield you $150 in value. So in terms of airfare with the Chase portal and Wells Fargo portal, you're pretty much going to get the same flights and get the same value. Big difference here is you don't have to pay $550 or an effective annual fee of $250 with Wells Fargo in order to get that 1.5 cents per point value. So just for fun, if we wanted to turn this into a trifecta video here, we could add 2 more cards to the mix, one from Wells Fargo, one for Chase. So pretty much the Wells Fargo CashWise card is going to earn 1.5% back on every single transaction, as well as the Chase Freedom Unlimited card is going to earn 1.5 cents per point or 1.5% back on every single transaction. So if we were to add both of these cards to the duos, make it a trifecta, but I just wanted to keep this video a little bit more simple. So basically, if you're going to make a purchase that doesn't fall into any of the bonus categories, ideally you always want to get more than 1 point per dollar anytime you're going to make any purchase. So with Wells Fargo, the CashWise card will give you a 1.5 cents per cash back. Chase Freedom Unlimited, 1.5 cents per back there for your in-between purchases. So if you're gonna go to the dollar store or Walmart or whatever, that you're only gonna earn 1 point per dollar with the Duo, that's where these in-between cards come in, much more points per dollar for your everyday purchases. And if you want to learn more about card combinations and trifectas, I have a playlist right over here. You could click that to learn more, click that now, or you could click this video down over here, and I'll see you in the next video.